Web3.js. This is what we are going to see in this whole course. This whole course is basically based around the Web3.js. It's all functionalities, how to leverage it in some demo projects, and a lot of it. It's only Web3, Web3, and Web3. Now, before starting out here about the Web3, let's see something else. So this is what our focus is in this specialization, the full stack application development. So how to do it? So if you have done the web development courses or anything like web development you'll be working on, if you know, it actually is like you have in the front end, there's HTML, then you have CSS, and then you have JS in the front end, which is connected to a middleware, or you can call it as PHP, which is basically a connection between the HTML, CSS, and JS, and also between the server or the database, you can say. So the database is basically, you can say it's in MySQL. So this is how a full stack application looks like when it's a web application basically. And if you are working with the latest, some kind of frameworks, then you can replace this with the React or Angular framework. You can replace this with Express and Node.js, and this one with MongoDB or some external databases like the Firebase, which is already a configured database. So you can use that. But what about the blockchain? How do we get into the full stack application development in blockchain? Firstly, it is not known as full stack application, it's known as a application because it is a distributed application. So how to go about it? In this one also, you have, till now you know that there is a blockchain backend, which is the smart contracts directly connected with the database, the blockchain database, the blocks where we store data. So that's where the smart contract comes, and then yeah, this is basically the backend. The front end can be made either by HTML, CSS, JS, or you can use the React framework, or you can use the Angular framework. But how to connect these two? These two are totally separate parts. How do you have to connect this? So here comes the role of Web3.js, which acts as a middleman, or you can say a middleware, which will connect directly the front end to the backend via this Web3.js out here. So it will interact with the front end, also it will interact with the backend and give all the functionality needed to connect both of these. So this is how this goes. And let's see what's Web3.js. So Web3.js is basically a library which when included into a application lets you use Web3 object provided by the Web3.js library and all its object. It also provides access to ETH object, ETH, and also the net object, NET, and also all the functionalities and all the functions inbuilt in these two objects. So you can say it as a collection of modules contain functionality for Ethereum ecosystem. This is the isomorphic JavaScript library. What do you mean by isomorphic? This basically means that you can use it both for front end and also for back end. Sounds cool. Now we have Web3-ETH, which is the Ethereum blockchain and smart contracts used Web3. So it is basically used for Ethereum blockchain and smart contracts. Web3 SHH, which is used for the Whisper protocol to communicate and to broadcast. The Web3 BZZ is for the Swarm protocol, the decentralized file storage, and Web3 utils contains useful helper functions for the application developers. It is also, you can say it as a specifically designed library only to use with the Ethereum applications, and it is also you can consider it to be a portal through which all the underlying operations of the Ethereum node on the blockchain server can be invoked. Let's go to this one. So directly the provider, firstly you have Web3. The Web3 will not be able to talk to the dApp directly because it is unaware of the functionality of the application. So, or you can see the backend actually, you can say. So, Web3 uses some kind of provider. This can be HTTP provider or secure sockets layer provider, something like that. So, it takes a provider. The provider knows how to connect with this and interact with it. So, the interaction is correct when you have the Web3 connected with a provider. And this provider interacts with the wallet because, as you know, anything and everything on the Ethereum network or anything on the blockchain needs gas to be accomplished. The computation requires the gas functionality. So for the gas thing, you would have to pay something. So this payment directly comes from the wallet. So there always be a confirmation or a notification, you can say, that you need to pay this much for this contract interaction or this contract creation, and the wallet will provide. So wallet won't provide it directly to that application, it will give to the provider, and the provider makes a connection with that application, and the whole function goes on very well.